Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. You're joining me today. My name is Cleo and we're going to be working on the Land Rover Defender 90 today. This is the 200 TDI. Now, one of the things that I've noticed when I took the car out over a couple of trips this year was that because we've added the roof tent on top, it's really brought the car quite low, and I felt that, well, I noticed that it's catching quite a lot underneath, especially that rear tow bar as well, and just a couple of things underneath. I kind of got stuck once or twice, even though it's nothing really challenging. So to combat that, we have actually gone out and bought a couple of new parts to go on the Land Rover. So we've got some new bushes that are going to be going on. We've got a box of assorted parts, so loads of new bushes. All of these are from Terrafirma. We've also got new suspension as well, so we've got some heavy duty suspension because we've added obviously the weight of the roof tent, as well as we've got two tyres fitted, one on the front and one on the back, as well as any gear that we put in there and however many people are in it as well. When the car's fully packed, it is really heavy, so we've got some heavy duty suspension. We've also got some new Terrafirma, some new Terrafirma shocks as well that are going to be going on the car today, and of course some really big KM3 tyres. Yeah, so let's get on with it. So kind of looking at the current state of the suspension. So this is actually, as far as I'm aware, the original suspension. So I've had this car for like the last 10 years, and I know it's never been touched in 10 years. So I can kind of guess that much.
Trying to get out!
What are you doing? Stuck. You know, and it's just like, it's just gonna be one of those days.
Have you got a swollen nut?
Well, well, it's not my job. Bashes on your ramp.
It's gonna be tight getting a spanner off in there.
Home run.
It's at the stadium. Oh my god!
She's going for a touchdown! She's so nice!
Wow! She's fucking done it!
Down in it. Beautiful.
Hannah,
Yeah.
how much do you love Land Rovers?
Before I started, I was probably a bit of a fan. Now, I never want to see another one again in my workshop, ever.
Oh, don't say that.
Ever.
Ever? You've been scarred for life?
Yeah. I only take on easy stuff like MGB, hot rod restorations.
Oh, I can't wait to get started on that. Yeah, old MGB over there, hot rod. We're going to hot rod it, we've decided. Right. Right, other side then.
Okay, so we've already got the first driver's side suspension off, which wasn't overly fun, but it's off, and as you can see there, that's all, where am I? That's all out. And sorry, I don't think I actually said, but Hannah's also here as well today. This is her workshop. If you might have seen from a video before we did on my Mini, she gave me a hand as well as, and Hannah is hard at work.
Doing all the work.
Not all of that. Yeah, so again, we kind of had to like improvise because none of this has come out in a very long time. So normally you'd be able to take that plastic cover off so that you can then pull the whole shock up through the top of the, where's my finger gone? Top of the engine bay. But everything, like I said, none of this has come off in, well, since the car came out of the factory, so it's just been a bit of a pick to do, to be honest. I don't think there's really any kind of easy way about it, but that's kind of that part out. So yeah, and Hannah is an absolute legend because she's really enjoying herself today. But
You to me.
so yeah, so at least we've got kind of almost both front parts out now, and then we can then get on and do the rears, which look a hell of a lot easier because everything's all independent of each other. So the shock's here and the spring's here, so it's a bit easier. So yeah,
hopefully get this one out, and then we can start clearing everything up, tidying it up, and then get new stuff put back in. Okay, so that is the other shock is now out. We're going to tidy that bit all up, so we can get this all tidied up before we put it all back in. There's the culprit. Managed to get a gun on the top nut and the end and just whiz it out. And that's the old turret as well. So yeah, I don't think anything has come off of this in a very long time. And that's the old spring too. Kind of ended up compressing the spring a bit. Just give it a bit more room to get the shock out. Where are you going?
Stop messing about, I've got an important job to do.
I'm not messing
Can't get
about.
staff. Can't get staff.
I'm not a member of staff.
Okay, so easiest way we found putting the spring back in is Hannah's genius is that she was just add a couple of clamps onto the spring. Only needs to come down ever so slightly, and then obviously bar down on the front axle as well, and then literally just whack it in and slowly unwind it, and then it will just seat back in again. So that's kind of one of the springs in. Next job we're going to do is to drop the shock back through the turret, just tying it all up. So I'm just going to kind of whiz around, get the fronts put back in, and then I think we're probably going to make a start on the rears tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Hannah's looking at me like, yeah, I've had enough today, so tomorrow. So let's go. Because that knocks into the body work, so we need to... Yeah.
Which way do you need it? Which way is that going?
As it is now. Is that what? Okay, so we are back. We've actually day 2. We sort of worked a bit late last night, and it was New Year's Eve last night, so we kind of headed off at some point. But we're just kind of finishing off the front today. We've kind of got as far as, after having done one side, getting the other side, it was quite simple. So we've now got the spring and the shock back in. We're kind of at the stage now whereby we're just doing up the bottom bolt. So the turret's all back in and tightened up, so just drop through the top. So just doing put the 2 bushes in either side of the plate, just doing the bolt up. We're about to raise the axles, put a gearbox stand in and just raise the axle back up again. And now I've just got to kind of sort out this side as well to get that bush fitted back in. And we're having to use a good old mighty crowbar to be able to get that bush in up and then kind of tighten it. So yeah, it's a good thing that there's 2 of us here, because I feel like most of the time we don't have enough hands to do it. But yeah, we'll snip back or cut back to once we've got those both on. So it's finished off the day, got a cup of tea obviously. New Year's Day, what way to celebrate. We are working on Land Rover, much to Hannah's dismay.
I'm not commenting. I'm just going to hold the camera.
Yes, we've got the 2 front suspension is now on. That's all done, tightened up. We've also put 2 of the front tyres on as well. These are the KM3 BF Goodrich. So yeah, a little bit of trying times trying to get this all on. Everything is unbelievably tight, but it's on. It's sitting really, really high at the moment. So hopefully that suspension will probably settle overnight, and we'll sort of see what it looks like back again in the morning. But before we do anything as well, we're not done yet. We've still got the rear of the car to do, so we're going to make a start on that tomorrow. We're going to call it a day, go home, I think have a takeaway. What do you think, Hannah?
Definitely.
Definitely takeaway.
And a strong drink.
Yeah, take away and a strong drink, and then we're going to crack on with the rear tomorrow, which hopefully shouldn't be anywhere near as bad or as difficult. Not bad, just difficult. But yeah, here's the old...
I won't hold my breath.
Yeah, I know. But it's alright. It's all part of the fun, eh?
Amazing.
Yeah. Right. So, good evening. We'll see you tomorrow. This is the problem when you have someone who's 5'1", and how tall are you, Hannah?
5'8".
Yeah.
We'll only be 5'9".
This is the problem. I have to take something around with me.
I'm always hitting my head and you're never tall enough. Pull! Pull! Strong.
I still had to tiptoe. There we have one old knackered shock. Look at that. They're playing the bush. Beautiful. Oh,
That's where you've broken it. Broken this car.
It's you know, it's had some use. I'm not gonna like put all this stuff on it and then not I think it was actually used before we bought it. It was used up in the peaks, not in the peaks, in the Lake District. It was like a experience, like off-road experience vehicle for like day trips.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it used to have, I can't remember the name of the company that used it. But yeah, and then a guy bought it privately, and then we bought it off of him. But yeah, it used to be used as like a little expedition 4x4 day out vehicle.
It's had a hard life.
200 TDI. Right. So we have anyway waffling, shock out. Bushes looking a bit like they've seen better days. But
that bush is not good.
no, it's like corroded and like I said, I mean this hasn't come off in 20 odd years, so probably not anyway. Or at least definitely 10 or 15. Right, we'll get the spring out now. So we will drop the rear axle and hopefully that should just kind of easily come out the plates, out the spring plate. And then put the wheels back in and that's it. Okay, so there we have one very old knackered shock and one rear spring. So we'll do the same with the other side. The rear is so much easier to get out, so much easier. So I'm kind of glad we got that.
God, I look white. Well, I am white, but I mean...
I can't see it, I can't see it on the glasses. Oh. Must be nice being able to see without glasses.
Deirdre and Betty doing the Land Rover. Deirdre and Betty.
Yeah. Who do you want to be?
I'll be Deirdre.
I'll be Betty. You look like Deirdre.
Do I?
Do I look like Betty?
You do.
Do I?
We've got Bonnie and Clyde.
Or do I look like Fanny?
Excuse me. And on that note, we're gonna
old name, isn't it?
Fanny.
Yeah.
No, we had a girl from France, like an exchange student, come in once, and her name was Fanny. But she didn't realise Fanny meant
Slang for...
slang for like your bits, like your lady bits.
Oh, bless her.
I know.
She didn't realise why people
She
were
didn't
laughing.
realise. No. Someone to tell her. Right, and there we have it. So that is everything on now, and the wheels have been fitted, and it looks pretty good. I've got to say, it does look good. It was something that was always needed, and hopefully that should have given us a bit more ground clearance as well from sort of the last time when I took it out and I just kept hitting quality absolutely everything. So yeah, hopefully that should just give us a bit more clearance now off the ground, because that's sitting. We get that focusing. There we are. Yeah, so definitely a bit more height hopefully from that. We've got heavy duty shocks that have gone on, so it looks pretty sweet under there. So obviously, as we think, the next thing to do is to go and take it for a road test and see if we can find some lanes and see what it drives like. Okay, so we've gone back to the workshop this morning and we had to make a few adjustments the other night actually when we took the car out last time to get it driving. So we've now done all of that today. We had to just adjust the steering lock stops on it on the front because every time the wheel was turning, just the tyre tread was hitting the radius arms. So they've now all been set up, so they should all be good. We've driven it down the road and now of course we're going to take it for a little bit of laning just to see what everything kind of goes like, I guess, give it a bit of a proper test. And obviously Hannah is here with us because she's going to come along for the ride. And
my Freelander absolutely cruised it last week.
Yeah, we came down for a bit of a trial in her Freelander because we couldn't take this. It did alright actually, didn't it?
It was good.
Freelander was alright. Yeah, so...
Got a lot to live up to this as. Get stuck.
Get stuck, could you imagine? Anyway, let's get to it. Always starts up. Yeah. No one is actually coming. Let's go. That's one hole.
What are you doing? Go all the way to the end?
Might as well right now.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what you were planning to do.
I don't know, I mean all I'm saying is your Freelander did not go right through the middle of all of this.
I think I was going so quick that I actually went over the bumps.
Just levitated over it.
Yeah.
Just went straight over. You like jumped over them.
Yeah.
You should turn it into like a challenge.
Quicker.
Turn into a challenge Freelander. It's so quiet out here today, isn't it? There's nobody here. It's quite nice.
Apart from the sheep. Sheep like, what are you doing?
Sheep are like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing?
What, me?
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
Say hello to wildlife.
Yeah, suspension is definitely stiffer. You can definitely feel it a lot more.
It's really stiff.
Yeah, it's really stiff now. That's nice though. I wanted it a bit stiffer. I don't want it too bouncy and springy. So, definitely drives much better. Right. Hannah's going to take a little drive now and she can have a little test for
I'm going to
herself.
show you how to off-road.
Get out. We'll take it proper laning and like we'll go do some proper stuff.
Yeah.
Try real off.
I mean, this is so easy for this car.
Yeah, don't go round it.
It's basically like, it feels embarrassed that we've taken it on such an easy route. I think.
Yeah, I know, it is. This is a bit of a poor effort for a lane.
Put
really,
massive tyres on and we're taking it over like a molehill.
Molehill. I think I've tackled farm tracks hard on this.
Yeah.
I need to do stuff with the horses. And I'll have a trailer on the back as well. And this is just a bit of a doddle really, to be honest.
Yeah. Right, so I'm going to take this. Do you know what? I'm actually quite a big fan of Land Rovers. I just always take the mick out of her because I think it's funny. But although the clutch is really hard on this. So yeah, we're just going to go through this muddy bit. But yeah, this car is like, with all these mods on, makes it so good for off-roading. Let's see if I can get some mud over her. She absolutely covered me in mud earlier when I was hanging out the window recording stuff. Way! Should we just drive off and leave her there? Might be like, see you later. Oh, she's still there. I better go back and get her, and I suppose. Yeah, so this car is great off-road. These roads are way too easy what we're taking it on, but we're just trying to check out. Obviously I've done the 2 front wheel bearings, front and rear coil springs, front and rear dampers. I've put a new bump stop in it. We've adjusted the steering lock bolt so it doesn't hit too much. 4 new tyres, and yeah, it's passed its test really. It's done really well. We've driven it a bit on the motorway as well, so it's had all kinds of conditions, and yeah, it's all feeling quite tight and all good. So some good work done by both of us, I think.
And there you have it. So I think that is our conclusion to the video that we have done with fitting the new suspension parts and of course the tyres as well. We didn't get around to doing the bushes. That's something I'm probably going to do another day because, well, we can't really do much now, can we? Because nowhere to actually really go and actually enjoy it properly. So that's another job for another day. I'll probably do a little video on that for you guys. But yeah, thank you as always to Hannah. Hannah, what did you think about the
sort of setup that we've now got.
Yeah, I think it's a lot better than those little wheels you had.
Those wheels were tiny. Like when you actually put them side by side and realise how small the old wheels were, and obviously because now it looks so top half heavy with the roof tent on and that cover, which the cover does not look cool. I'd rather have the cover off, but when we're going laning and there's really low branches, it just rips through it, so that's why I've got the cover on there. But yeah, it definitely looks much better with slightly bigger tyres on it. It suits the car a lot more, and hopefully we'll just raise it ever so slightly, probably not much, but maybe just enough that it could get me out of something, so we'll see. The suspension definitely felt a lot stiffer as well, which is good because that's what we want. Again, we've got a lot of load on the top by the time we put people, gear and everything else in it, so it's definitely something that needed to be sorted out. All in all though, I think fitting the parts, I don't think there was really that many, didn't really have any issues to be honest, really, did we?
Not massively,
So
no, nothing broke, which is always good.
Yeah, nothing broke, so no sort of snaps, studs, nuts, nothing, it was all good, nothing got locked in where it shouldn't be.
Just got to do the snorkel. Snorkel needs to be redone.
Yeah, so we did notice as well that the snorkel is not properly connected on the inside of the engine bay, so that's just another job. We did take it off and have a look, but that's just another job that we're gonna have to do. Just a few little bits really to sort of tidy up, so that when we do take it back out again, I know full well that it's ready to go, and I'm sort of hopefully not gonna have any issues with it. But yeah, I kind of think on that note, I think we're probably gonna leave it there. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Obviously, thank you to Hannah for getting stuck in over the last couple of days.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Mostly.
Good fun.
Mostly fun.
Yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun having a little workout and putting the two of us out and about.
Got a few injuries, but
Not really.
skin off hands.
It's kind of standard though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much.
in the mechanic's trade.
I'm no princess.
So yeah, so guys, we're going to leave it at that. Thank you again, and thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please do like, share and subscribe. And of course, do check out Hannah. She's got her own YouTube channel as well, so I'll drop the link in the description below so you can check that out. And obviously a little write-up probably here somewhere so you can see that too. And obviously her Instagram and socials so you can check those all out. But thanks guys, and take care, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Oh look, I'm back in here.
I don't know where she's gone. I'll just jump round. I've lost her. Where'd she go? She's so small I can't see her. It's like taking one of the borrowers out for a drive. Gone.